So your wife's recently lost her mum to cancer and you're getting pretty sick of her moping around the house.
What?
But your daughter's new teacher's not bad and she's absolutely gagging for it. What could possibly go wrong? From 2022, this is You Can Never Go Home Again. I'm Jay Harangue and I've wasted hours of my life watching terrible films.
You should subscribe.
So someone on Reddit told me that this was easily the worst Lifetime movie they've ever seen.
Really?
And yeah, it's pretty bad. This is Izzy Fletcher and she's the main character.
Hi.
Her mum is a world-famous artist and teaches classes at the local university, but she dies. So Izzy and her husband Jack move from the Bay Area to Jack's hometown of Clinton, Mississippi with their irritating daughter Taylor.
Did you know that Mississippi has a lot of forest?
No, and I don't care. 20 years ago, Jack was in a band called the Jackals. Now he runs a stupid little business with his best friend Kyle, but more on that later. Their new house is really nice, but Izzy's still really upset about her mum dying. Jack's pretty pissed off because it's been 3 months since Izzy's mum died, and she's still not over it.
Mommy, what are we doing for lunch?
Oh, shoot.
Sort it out, mum.
I can do peanut butter sandwiches.
Jack's like, don't bother. Taylor can have school lunch. I'll sort it out when I meet her new teacher, Miss Sanders. Here we go.
Emma Sanders.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Clearly it's a matter of time before this happens.
Yep.
I moved here about a month ago.
I wonder if that's going to be important later. Back at home, Izzy is looking at photos of her mum on her phone, but then her new neighbour Natalie comes over with wine, so they talk in the kitchen. Their conversation's really boring.
Annoying is more like it.
But Natalie's like, hey, what's this cool music playing? And Izzy's like, that's my husband's band, the Jackals.
You people are cool.
It's not true.
Later that night, the family goes over to Jack's parents' house for dinner.
Can I sleep over sometime?
No.
They're having a really nice evening, so Izzy decides to ruin it.
My mom was brilliant.
The next day at this coffee shop, Jack bumps into Emma.
So you gonna meet your boyfriend?
I don't have one of those. Do you mind if I join you?
Yeah, sure. I was gonna ask.
Smooth. While that's going on, Izzy has found out that a package containing her mum's sketchbooks and paintings has been delivered to the wrong address.
Oh no!
Back at the coffee shop, Jack's telling Emma about his band.
You're in a band?
The Jackals.
What a cool story.
Not really.
Then, out of nowhere, Emma says this.
Carpe diem. Seize the day.
For some reason, everyone in this film says that all the time, but more on that later. Then Jack starts boring Emma with work chat, telling her about this app he's developing called 24-Hour Nurse. At home, Natalie's come over with wine again, and Izzy's really happy.
Life sucks.
Okay, maybe she isn't. Back at the coffee shop, the conversation has moved nicely along.
You are very sexy man.
I should get back to work.
That's probably not a bad idea. The next day, while Jack and Kyle are throwing a tennis ball around at work, Izzy goes into the local art gallery and runs into this woman who looks like an alien. Her name's Sam, and it turns out that Izzy used to be an art professor back in California.
After my mom passed, we decided to move back to Jack.
Oh, God, give it a rest. Jack's going for a walk in the woods, because plot, when this happens.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Jack,
Emma.
are you stalking me?
No, of course not. No, I'm.
Too bad.
Uh-oh.
You are in great shape.
Oh, you think so?
Well, you obviously do. Then she comes on to him and he's like, no, I'm married. And she's like, oh, okay, I better go home then.
You need me to give you a ride?
What?
Really?
Yeah, why would he do that? Anyway, so it's off to his car. And then they bang. When he drops Emma home, she has some wise words for him.
Carpe diem, remember?
When she gets out of the car, he's like...
What'd you do, Jack?
When he gets home, Izzy decides that for the first time in months, she's up for it.
I thought it would be a good time to try for a baby.
What?
Obviously, it's not a good time.
Well, it's what I want.
I gotta take a shower.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. But Izzy's not giving up. She gets into bed wearing this, but he just pretends to be asleep. Back at Emma's, she's photoshopping one of Jack's family photos and replacing Izzy's head with hers.
That doesn't look good.
No, it looks ridiculous. Why does nobody in these films even try to make these Photoshop jobs look in any way realistic? I mean, look at this. This is shit. The next day, Emma starts messaging Jack, telling him she wants to see him again. But he's like, no, I'm married, leave me alone. So she phones him. He's like, look, I'm really sorry, but this should never have happened. Please don't tell anyone. Then Emma pulls out a knife and tells him she's probably going to tell everyone. Ooh, this is shit. The next day, Jack and Kyle have a stupid little business meeting with these people who want to invest in 24-hour nurse. They get the investment, but money's not enough for Kyle.
We need to be cool.
Yeah. When Kyle leaves, Jack opens his laptop to find that Emma's emailed him pictures of herself in bra and pants. He's like, oh no, I don't want to look at these. Although we don't see Jack knocking one out under his desk, it's certainly implied.
Hey.
Izzy's like, hi Jack, I came to surprise you. And the surprise is, she's taking him for lunch at the lake by the hiking trail. That's right, that's where he shagged Emma. So yeah, it's a bit awkward. Over lunch, Izzy tells Jack that the parcel service has lost her mum's paintings.
They said that I called last week and had them delivered to an address here.
What?
And now some more news.
Remember, parent-teacher night is tonight.
That's tonight?
It is.
So that's going to be awkward.
You think?
He's like, oh no, I can't go. And she's like, yes, you can. He's like, okay, then I'll go. And here we are at parent-teacher night. When Emma enters the room, Jack does this ridiculous double take because Emma's done her hair just like Izzy's. Emma makes a really weird speech and gives herself a round of applause. And clearly, Jack is uncomfortable. On their way out, Emma grabs Izzy and asks to speak to her.
You look really familiar. Have you spent any time in the Bay Area?
I wonder if that's going to be important later. Emma's like, no, but I do follow you on Instagram.
Wait, what?
Yeah, apparently Izzy has quite the following on social media.
Whatever.
When Jack goes off to talk to one of his old teachers, Emma asks to speak to Izzy alone, and then they kiss.
What?
Yeah, but we can ignore that because it's never mentioned again.
Okay, then.
The next day, Jack sits in his car for an hour before going into the office. Kyle's like, what's wrong with you?
I cheated on Izzy.
God, that's not good, Jack.
Cheers, Kyle. He's like, you need to tell Izzy immediately.
That could backfire.
But Jack's like, yeah, you're right.
I cheated on you.
With who?
Emma Sanders, Taylor's teacher.
Why?
Your mom died.
Wow.
She's like, right, get out. So he leaves and she cries. He goes back to live with his parents who are really disappointed in him. While he's there, Emma starts pulling up outside Izzy's house in the middle of the night. So Izzy calls Jack's dad, who used to be the chief of police in Clinton. And he's like, okay, just lock the doors.
Okay.
Over at Jack's parents' house, Emma has called.
I can't believe you didn't tell me the good news.
What good news?
Your separation.
Oh, dear.
Then Jack does this. He's like, look, we're never going to be together. I love my wife. And she's like, yeah, okay. The next day, Izzy's off to see Jack's dad, as he has some information about Emma. So she leaves Taylor with Natalie. The information Jack's dad's found is pretty disturbing. It turns out her real name is Emily Sanderson.
She went to the same university that my mom taught at.
Yeah, and that seems to be her entire motive. She really liked Izzy's mum, so now she wants to take over Izzy's life. Why? No idea, but that's what's happening. Oh yeah, it was her who stole all Izzy's mum's paintings.
Yes, of course. Now things are beginning to make sense.
And I'm not sure how he's managed to sort this as a retired police officer, but somehow he's arranged for Izzy to be taken by an officer into Emma's house. Inside, she finds all her mum's paintings, a load of stuff she threw out in the trash, her old Jackal CD, and of course, a stalker collage showcasing Emma's extremely poor Photoshop skills. While she's there, she gets a call from Emma, who tells her to say nothing to the police and leave the house, or she'll do something to Taylor. Izzy's like, no, please don't. So Emma tells her to leave immediately and that she'll send her a text telling her where to meet her. Back at home. Yeah, so now she's got the kid. When Izzy gets home, she asks Natalie where Taylor is. And Natalie's like, yeah, sorry, Emma's got her. So Izzy has no choice but to call Jack. She's like, Emma's taken Taylor. Where could she have taken her? And Jack's like, the hiking trail, because that's where we had sex.
Well, that makes sense.
So Jack goes straight there and finds Taylor tied to a tree. But Emma sneaks up behind him with a syringe and puts him to sleep. Izzy's arrived now, so it's her turn. She finds Taylor, unties her, and takes her to Jack's parents' house, while she goes to track down Emma, who's at Izzy's house with Jack tied to a chair. How did she manage to carry him from the woods? No idea, we'll ignore that. Izzy starts untying Jack, but then Emma appears in a Jackal's t-shirt. Izzy's like, Emily, why are you doing this?
It's Isabel. My friends and family call me Izzy.
Right, okay, so she's gone full mental. While Emma starts telling them both Izzy's life story as if it's her own, Izzy manages to grab a Stanley knife, or box cutter for Americans.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Emma tries to grab it out of Izzy's hand but cuts herself.
Oops.
Then there's this fight. Somehow that's knocked her out, so Izzy unties Jack and calls the police, who come and arrest Emma.
Good.
At an unspecified time later, we see that Jack and Izzy are back together, yeah.
My mom used to say carpe diem.
Oh, right, so let's show every member of the cast your artwork. Everyone claps, even though it's absolute shit. And that's the end of the film. So until next time. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. And please consider joining my Patreon. There's a link in the description. Thank you.